Did India really invent the Basic Structure Doctrine, or is it part of a much deeper global constitutional movement? In a world where majoritarian governments are testing the limits of power, the question is no longer whether the constitution can be changed, but whether its very soul can be altered. What if I told you that this concept of unchangeable constitutional principles, something India pioneered in Keshavananda Bharati case, has echoes in countries you had least expect? From Germany's eternity clause to the cautious embrace in Bangladesh, the evolving debate in Pakistan, and even the subtle judicial dance in the United States. This is not just a legal theory, this is a global defense mechanism against authoritarian grift, the firewall against constitutional suicide. Welcome to episode 9 of our series on the Basic Structure Doctrine. Today we look beyond India, we go global. We discover how democracies worldwide have wrestled with the same question. Can everything be changed if this majority wills it? Stay with me as we unpack comparative constitutionalism, deep dives, dramatic judgments, and untold stories that connect New Delhi to Berlin, Dhaka, Islamabad, and Washington DC. Let's begin. Did India invent the Basic Structure Doctrine? Do other countries have anything like it? In an era where constitutional amendments can reshape nations, how do different democracies protect their foundational principles? Today we explore how the concept of unamendable constitutional elements transcends borders. The Basic Structure Doctrine, established in India's landmark Keshavananda Bharati case in 1973, asserts that certain fundamental features of the constitution cannot be altered by parliamentary amendments. This doctrine has since become a cornerstone of constitutional law in India and has influenced legal thoughts worldwide. In the Keshavananda Bharati vs. State of Kerala case, the Supreme Court of India faced the critical question: does Parliament have the unlimited power to amend the Constitution? The court held that while Parliament can amend the Constitution, it cannot alter its basic structure. This includes principles like the supremacy of the Constitution, secularism, democracy, and the separation of powers. This doctrine emerged as a bulwark against potential authoritarianism, ensuring that the core values of the Constitution remain inviolable. Germany's Basic Law incorporates an eternity clause in Article 79, Subclause 3, which explicitly protects certain principles such as human dignity, democracy, and the rule of law from amendment. This clause was introduced to prevent a repeat of the Weimar Republic's collapse and the rise of totalitarianism. The eternity clause ensures that the fundamental principles enshrined in Article 1 and 20 of the Basic Law cannot be altered, even by constitutional amendments. Bangladesh adopted the Basic Structure Doctrine in the 1989 case of Anwar Hossain Chaudhry versus Bangladesh. Uniquely, Bangladesh codified this doctrine through Article 7b of its constitution, making certain provisions unamendable. This move reflects a strong commitment to preserving foundational constitutional principles. The judiciary in Bangladesh has played a pivotal role in upholding the doctrine, ensuring that the core values of the constitution remains intact. Pakistan's engagement with the Basic Structure Doctrine has been complex. In the 2015 case District Bar Association vs. Federation of Pakistan, the Supreme Court acknowledged the doctrine, recognizing that certain constitutional features like democracy and judicial independence are beyond the reach of amendments. However, this acceptance was not unanimous, reflecting ongoing debates within Pakistan's legal community. The judiciary's role in Pakistan continues to evolve, balancing the need for constitutional flexibility with the protection of fundamental principles. The US Constitution does not contain an explicit Basic Structure Doctrine. However, the Supreme Court has, through judicial review, established that certain principles like equal protection and due process are fundamental and cannot be violated, even by constitutional amendments. This implicit protection underscores the judiciary's role in safeguarding core constitutional values. While the US lacks a formal doctrine, the courts have effectively created a de facto basic structure through landmark decisions. In these countries, the concept of unamendable constitutional principles has found resonance elsewhere. In Malaysia, the federal court has in recent years recognized the Basic Structure Doctrine, asserting that certain constitutional provisions are beyond amendment. Similarly, courts in Israel and Cyprus have invoked comparable doctrines to protect democratic principles. These global examples highlight a shared understanding of the need to protect the core values of nation's constitution from transient political changes. India's Basic Structure Doctrine has significantly influenced constitutional jurisprudence globally. Its assertion that certain constitutional features are inviolable has inspired other nations to consider similar protections, highlighting India's role as a pioneer in constitutional innovation. This doctrine serves as a testament to the importance of judicial oversight in preserving democratic values. As we have seen, the idea that certain constitutional principles must remain beyond the reach of amendments is not unique to India. From Germany's Eternity Clause to Bangladesh, Article 7b, nations worldwide recognize the need to protect their constitutional score. India's Basic Structure Doctrine stands as a testament to the importance of judicial oversight in preserving democratic values. And that brings us full circle. From depths of the Indian courtroom in Keshavarna Bharati to the eternity clauses in Germany, from Bangladesh's bold judicial pivot to Pakistan's delicate balance and the subtle silences of the US Supreme Court, one truth emerges. The idea of unchangeable constitutional values is no longer just Indian, it's global. But India, make no mistake, gave it a name, gave it a form, and gave it a force. We didn't just adopt constitutionalism, we evolved it. And in an age of rising majoritarianism and political polarization, this doctrine, whether in Delhi or Dhaka, Berlin or Islamabad, is not just about law, it's about survival of democracy, of liberty, of justice. What we choose to protect says everything about who we are as nations. So, what do you think? Is the basic structure doctrine the future of modern democracy, or is it an overreach dressed in idealism? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every one of them and your voice matters here. If this episode opened your perspective, give it a like, share it with those who care about democracy, and hit that bell icon so you can never miss a single chapter of this constitutional journey. I am Amod Bidhuri and this is the Basic Structure Doctrine series. Thank you for walking this path with us across borders, histories and judgments. The conversation is global now. Stay informed, stay engaged, stay sovereign. We will meet again on the next hearing. Jai Hind.